In this video, I'm going to be reading Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers in 10 days. Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the Faithfully Booked YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me as I attempt to read Redeeming Love in 10 days. Right, so this is Redeeming Love. It's a pretty big book, not too big, but it's pretty big, and it's about 464 pages. So the plan is to read approximately 46 pages over the next 10 days and then hopefully complete it by the end of this vlog. But come along with me and actually see if I am able to complete it maybe before the 10 days are over, or maybe exactly on the 10-day mark. But whatever it is, come along with me and let's see what happens, and probably you'll be encouraged to pick up Redeeming Love along the way. Hi guys, so here I am again. I am currently on chapter 14 of Redeeming Love, and you might be wondering, how did you get to chapter 14 so fast? So I started reading Redeeming Love on Tuesday the 12th of August. Today is Wednesday the 13th. What happened was, even though my plan was to read 46 pages, right? 46 pages is just the benchmark. I actually happened to make it to page 152. So I read over 100 pages. That's why I am currently on page 167, because I read over 100 pages yesterday. So now I'm on chapter 14. It's been interesting. Because like since the beginning, even let's say towards the ending of July and since the beginning of this month, I've been trying to get into it, but I was not able to get into it. But finally, I have been able to get into Redeeming Love, and I'm on chapter 14 currently. One thing that I'll just say is that I really admire Michael's level of patience and self-control, because we've met Angel, we've met Michael, we've met the other characters like Duke, like Duchess, like Magwan, like Lucky, you know, different characters and stuff like that. So I really admire Michael's level of patience, his level of self-control, right? Because like with everything Angel has been doing to him, it's not like the easiest to resist, it's not the easiest not to react, right? But we just see Michael's patience, it's over the roof, his self-control is over the roof, and we see him constantly saying stuff like, oh God help me, Jesus help me, what do I do, right? We see, you know, that sort of thing that David had going with God, like, oh God, should I, you know, that sort of thing. Oh, like basically dependence on God. We see it also in Michael, and it's really admirable, right? Because that's how, you know, as children of God and everything, that's how we're supposed to live, as people that God has created, as people that God has, you know, called to himself and all of that good stuff. Because, you know, if not for God, like how would Michael be able to resist? How would he be able to, you know, let's say Angel would insult him or do whatever and he would not react, right? That's obviously not Michael, right? That's not Michael. Because if Michael was operating in the flesh, if he was just acting, you know, how he wanted to act and everything, obviously he would react. Obviously he would, you know, do otherwise. He would do otherwise. But just with the help of God, we see him surprising Angel, right? Because obviously Angel would do certain things and she knows that the normal reaction is, oh, angry, you respond in this way. But we see Michael really doing the opposite of what Angel would expect and all of that, right? And, you know, that's just one thing that we can actually take away, right? Just dependence on God, constantly asking God to help us, constantly leaning on God. You don't know what to do. Oh, God, help me. That's something that we see Michael doing, and that's just something that we can also do. So, yeah, that's just Michael. And Angel, with everything Angel is also doing, I really don't blame her. It's not the easiest, just faced a lot, she has seen a lot, she has been through a lot. So all our reactions to Michael, everything, I don't blame her. So that's just it, chapter 14, and it's going on. So I'm here again. I don't know why I said I'm here again, but hi guys, Thomasin here again. I think I say my name a lot on this channel, right? Because I don't think it's really important, but I don't even think like people that do not know me know my name. My name is not faithfully booked, obviously. My name is Thomasin. Thank you for watching. And if you've made it to this point in the reading vlog, please make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you drop a comment. How's it going? How's it going? How's Redeeming Love going? How's the vlog going for you and everything? So I just want to give a little update. I have reached chapter 20 in Redeeming Love, and it has been going well. It's been sort of a roller coaster, right? With Michael and Angel getting together. Angel, Mara. She has so many names. Michael has given her so many names. It's not so many, but there's Mara, there's Amanda. So it has been going well. I've been, enjoying the read, liking it and all of that. So I'm on page 259. I completed my 46 pages of today already, but I might still do a little bit more reading in the evening. I also read 46 pages for yesterday, and the day before that I did not read 46 pages. Maybe I read like 20 pages, I'm not too sure, and that's because I had read over 100 pages on the first day. So Tuesday over 100, Wednesday about 20, Thursday 46, Friday 46, and I might read a little bit more today, like later in the evening, because it's still morning as of the time I'm recording this. But this is the book that we're reading. Came across a video where a girl was talking about how Christian fiction books tend to be cringy and cheesy and everything, and how she was on the lookout for a Christian fiction book that is not cringy, that is not cheesy. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean Christian fiction books are cringy? What do you mean they're cheesy? Right? So I stumbled, and as I was reading Redeeming Love, I was trying to keep an eye out. Okay, like cheesy, cringy, what do you mean? Because Redeeming Love was one of the books that she showed in her video that was cheesy, right? And everything. So I was just trying to keep an eye out, like, what do you mean it's cheesy? So let me just read something that I saw. I hope I find it. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is on page 216, and now let me just read it. What do you feel when I touch you? He asked, running a fingertip down her cheek. This is Michael to Angel, obviously. She looked at him. What do you want me to feel? Forget what I want. What goes on inside you? She knew he would wait until she answered, and she knew he would know if she lied. I don't feel... Bro, I suck at this. I don't really feel anything, I guess. Frowning, he kept touching her face. He loved the feel of her soft, smooth skin. When I touch him, my whole body comes alive. I feel the warmth all through me. I can't even describe how wonderful it feels when we make love. Ugh. Okay, I'm sorry. She looked away again. We didn't have to talk about it. We've got to find a way to help you like it just as much as I do, he said, and leaned back beside her again. All of that. Yes, I do understand what the girl meant when she said, Christian fiction books tend to be cheesy, cringy. I think that conversation was cheesy, was cringy, I guess. And the whole conversation on page 216, right? But, it's still fine. And I don't really read a lot of Christian fiction books. I think maybe that's why I could not really identify what she was saying. I tend to read more biblical fiction. I just realized that because even when I was talking about the book, I called it Christian fiction when it was actually biblical fiction, and that was before the King. That's Joanna's story by Heather Kaufman. You should definitely check out that video if you have not watched it. Michael and Angel getting together, Angel running away, Angel coming back, all those things have just been happening, and it has been going, right? And I look forward to reading it. I like the book. Looking forward to reading the remaining pages and completing it, right? So I have a bunch of books in the background or behind me, because I actually want to make a thumbnail for another video which is going out tomorrow. Well, as of the time that I'm recording this, because this is Friday, another video is coming out on Saturday, but this video I'm recording now is not going to go out until like next week. So watching this, let me just know you can drop a book emoji in the comment section. My knees hurt because I'm squatting. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on page 269, still on chapter 20, and like I said, Michael and Angel met another family, and it's a sort of situation where they're getting close to the family, and now there's a possibility that the family might leave, right? So that sort of thing. I don't know how this reading vlog thing works. I don't know how much information I'm supposed to give, because I don't want to give away spoilers, even like surface knowledge. That's why I'm not saying a whole lot, because it moves. Bye guys. I only invite people that read. Hi guys, so I did a bit of reading from like chapter 20. I don't even remember the chapter, but I decided to turn on the camera and just film a bit. But I think it's from chapter 24. Let me check real quick. Okay, so I read from chapter 24 to like chapter 32. Miriam 32. Okay, all right, so I read from chapter 24 down to chapter 32, so I'm currently starting chapter 33, and I just decided to quickly turn on the camera and film because I'm outside, right? It's Sunday evening and I'm outside and everything. Everybody's gone a bit of a distance, so I said let me just quickly film and everything. But the read has been going well, and more, not more and more, because that's not like the overarching thing, right? It's not like so dominant or so like heavy, like everything about the book is cringy, but just some things I see just really like show me that I actually get what that girl was saying. Like some things are cheesy, some things are cringy, and that's just part of the romance between Angel and Hosea, or Amanda and Hosea. It's just part of the romance between them that is actually like sort of cringy, like oh my goodness, what's going on here? Like some of the lines and some of how some of their dynamic and everything. But like I said earlier, it's actually been sort of like a roller coaster with Angel and Hosea and everything, and God does work in mighty ways, and we just see God's hand like over their relationship, and that's really beautiful because God is not just interested in like some areas of our lives, right? But he's also interested in he's not just interested in like your spiritual life, right? But he's interested in your academics, he's interested in your relationships, even your romantic God is present in everything. He's interested in everything. What we should just do actually is just like constantly keep on inviting him. We see it with Hosea, right? Hosea inviting God, okay, God, I really need your help, even in like his marriage with Angel, right? I need your help, just constantly depending on God and realizing that God, if you don't help me, where else can I go, right? So that's just something like depend on God, trust in God. And one verse that just keeps on showing up again and again is trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. I really like that verse. It's in Proverbs 3:50. Do you know I was about to say 56? Proverbs 3:5-6, right? And now Angel is discovering purpose, discovering God, and it's so beautiful to see, and actually helping people that once were in her shoes, or helping people that that sort of thing, right? Helping people, right? And that just goes to show us that the place of your pain can actually be like the place of your purpose, right? God can use your pain, and even when God actually delivers us from bad times, when God delivers us from let's say prostitution, that sort of thing, it can actually use us to also bring people that once were in that space, to also bring them out, right? Just as in this book we see God doing with Angel, right? And Angel helping people that also were in prostitution actually live a better life, and it's so beautiful to see. It's interesting, and I've been doing a lot of reading. I'm tired, right? So I just had to close a bit. Like I might complete it tomorrow because I have like I think 2 chapters left, but I definitely got more than 46 pages because I literally said I read from 24 to 32. That's a lot. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That's 9 chapters. That is crazy. But so I'm not going to be, maybe I will before I sleep, but I doubt it because I have a lot of other things to do, right? And there's another book that I'm supposed to be reading that I've slept on. So if I can finish that book today, I'll be really glad. That's 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. That book is also on my TBR, and I've been giving more attention to my fiction reads than my non-fiction reads. I finished reading the Hunger Games series. It was a good read, but it just goes to show that I have definitely been giving more attention to my my fiction reads than to my non-fiction reads. And today is August 17th. The month is coming to a close, like 2 more weeks and the month will end. So I do think that I'll finish 5 Levels of Leadership between today and tomorrow. gain as much as I can from that. Also finish A Man Called Ove, probably tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow I'll finish A Man Called Ove. Redeeming Love, I should finish it by tomorrow as well. So I'm really excited to take these books off my TBR. I don't know, guys, like reading is so nice. Reading is nice, and it can be so like fulfilling as well, right? It can be so fulfilling. So I'm definitely looking forward to like planning out my reading for the month, right? I did plan out my reading for the month of August, so that's not something I do, and even if I do, like I don't stick to it, right? But I was like, God help me, I was serious this month about like my August TBR. I even made a video about it. So obviously, and that thing that they say about accountability, public accountability, put it out there, right? And there's sort of I'm not really like overly bothered or anything, like, oh, if I don't finish my TBR, I have to come back on here and say that, oh, I did not. It's good to be like sort of accountable, because I'm going to make a video, actually reviewing like, oh, did I actually complete my TBR and everything. Hello beautiful people, we finally come to the end of the vlog. So I finished reading Redeeming Love, and I eventually ended up finishing it in 7 days, not 10 days. Thank you for sticking around up until this point. Hope you've been enjoying the vlog so far. I've had a good time actually filming this vlog and reading Redeeming Love, and not just reading it but taking you along with it. So right, it's one that I would actually recommend. I've been giving a little bit here, a little bit there all throughout the vlog and everything, but let me just talk about it. I ended up finishing it on Monday morning, right around like 1 a.m. thereabout. I ended up finishing it. So yes, I wanted to finish it in 10 days, right? But 10 days was just like a challenge. If I finished it in less, but I wasn't supposed to finish it in more or over 10 days. So if you actually follow like this, it's not exactly a framework, but if you follow this like formula sort of thing where you see the number of pages and then you just give yourself a target. Okay, so I'm going to read this book in 7 days, I'm going to read this book in 10 days, and let's say you anticipate that you'd finish reading it in 10 days, maybe give yourself 14 days, right? And just try to space out the reading over those 14 days, over those 2 weeks, right? And just like sort of divide it, because with Redeeming Love I had 464 pages and I gave myself 10 days so that I could read 46 pages comfortably every day, and I ended up finishing it in less than the time that I gave myself. So even if you anticipate that, oh, I'm going to finish this book in 10 days, give yourself like 14 days, that spread it out over those days. You can do this for difficult books, you can do this if you're a beginner. I really hope that you try it and it actually helps you, right? Because I believe it really helped me, because with Redeeming Love I wasn't really interested in getting into the book. There was just like friction, like it was just like I was sort of lethargic about getting into the book. But I challenged myself that, okay, I'm going to give myself 10 days, I'm going to read this book, and it's a book that I had to read, right? Because it was on my TBR, right? And I just give myself those days, and I'm done with Redeeming Love now. So basically Redeeming Love follows the story of Angel and Michael. We've spoken about it all throughout the vlog. You see Angel, who was sort of sold into prostitution at a really young age, and not exactly even sold, but she got into prostitution against her will, against her choice. Because does anybody voluntarily choose to go into prostitution? I'm not sure. I don't think so, right? I don't think so. But she got into prostitution at a really young age, and she's all about that life, all about that business. And she meets Michael. Michael has heard from God that, oh, this is your wife, right? This is your wife. He finds out that that Angel is a prostitute, and it's like, oh my goodness, how? Like, God, why, how? But it's intent on actually, getting close to her and getting her to be his wife eventually, and all of that. So we see everything about Angel and Michael. We see the transformation that Angel goes through. We see Michael, we see him displaying the God kind of love, the patient love. We just see both of them. We see how their lives overlap. We see Michael's persistence. Oh, he has heard from God and is actually going. He has heard from God, is obeying, even though it's not exactly convenient, even though it's not exactly ideal, but he has heard from God and he's just going for it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And all throughout the book, we see Michael displaying this sort of self-control, this sort of patience that actually got me like wowed, like, wow, this is actually amazing. And it was just so clear to see that the only reason Michael could actually display this love was because, you know, God empowered him to do so, because God lived inside of him, because he actually was a child of God, and, you know, he was someone that actually walked with God. We see that Michael was a God-fearing farmer. Angel, we see everything that she had to go through. We see her childhood. We see all the battles that she had to face. We see her eventually walking that path of freedom, and her fighting against everything and everyone that wanted her to remain in the shackles, right? So if you're looking for a book about transformation, a book that will just take you through that entire journey of transformation as we see it in Angel, this is definitely a book that you should read. We've seen God do it for Rahab. We've seen God do it for someone like Paul. You see God do it for Angel in this book. You know, he definitely can do it for you. So if you want to actually see that through the lens of fiction, this is a book that you should read. To see a book that talks about family, talks about friendships, talks about love and romance, even though it's a bit cheesy, right? This is definitely a book that you should read. So I would definitely recommend Redeeming Love. I gave it, like, I'm thinking it's falls somewhere between 4.25 and 4.5 for me, but it was a good read. I enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend Redeeming Love for everybody to read. And I think something that I really liked how the book spoke and touched on idolatry, because we see that eventually Angel sort of made an idol out of Michael, and God had to intervene, like, hold up, like, no, you shall have no other God but me. So we see that there was a point where Angel was really idolizing Michael, right? And Michael did not even know. Michael was just, you know, loving her, all of that, and she was like worshiping him. She was idolizing him because, you know, he had done a lot for her, saved her from a whole lot of things. So there was just that point, and we see that God actually had to intervene, because idolatry is a no-no. And idolatry, we can make idols of anything, we can make idols of anyone, and God just had to step in, like, nope. God is a good father, honestly. God is a good God, right? You know, there are things that he takes away from us, and we're like, what on earth? Like, God, why? Right? And they may be good things, and we're like, God, why did you separate Michael and Angel? Why did you allow, you know, Michael and Angel be separated? These are questions that Michael had and everything. But, you know, it just pays for us to realize that, you know, the thoughts God has towards us, they are for good, not for evil, right? But to give us a future and a hope. Everything that God does, right? Even if it's taking something away from us, we just have to realize that it is actually for my good, right? It is actually for my good, because as a good father, as a good parent, God will take away things from us, you know, just for our good, will win us of certain things for our good, right? So Redeeming Love, definitely recommend it. You're looking for a good romantic read, looking for a good romance, looking for a good story on transformation, looking for a good story of rags to riches, and not like, I'm not talking about money. This is a book that you should read. Okay, hi everyone. Thank you so much for making it to this point in the reading vlog. If you've made it to this point, like, you're the real MVP. I don't know how long the video is, but it should be like, let's say 20 minutes plus. But anyways, thank you so much for making it to this point. Thank you so much. And if you've made it to this point, make sure that you like the video, drop a comment for me. Let me hear what you're saying. Let me hear what you're thinking about the book, about the vlog. Is this something you think that I should do more of? Is this something you'd like to see more of? You know, let me know in the comment section. And if you've made it to this point without subscribing, please go ahead and do it right now. Also turn on push notifications so that you can get alerted when new videos drop on this channel. Anyways, I'll see you next week. And I just want to say that if you're asking, should I read Redeeming Love, I hope this vlog has been able to convince you to actually read Redeeming Love. This is my second time reading it, and it's definitely a book that I would recommend 100%. So read Redeeming Love, and as you've seen from this vlog, it's something that you can read comfortably in 10 days by reading at least 46 pages every day. So please go ahead. If you try it, let me know in the comment section, or if you would be trying it, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video by God's grace. Bye guys.